Welcome to the Rise Up Show. This is episode 77, and today's episode, I'm proud to host a money mindset coach who helps people to increase their awareness and knowledge through his own experience. And being a serial entrepreneur and through his educational programs that fill in the gaps. Please welcome Martin. Hey, Martin, how are you today?
Grateful. Thank you, Eden. Thanks, appreciate it.
I'm glad to host you today. And Martin, tell us the short version on who you are.
Basically, I'm just the guy who tries to help others. I think all the information that I combined, through the years and through the experience, through the education, not the school education, through the other type, education. I think, I'm the guy who's there, to help people when it comes to finances and money, because I see people like every day when I go, like, especially, short story, we've been in Lithuania before. That's where I'm from originally, from Lithuania. And me and my wife were standing in an alley, waiting to buy some groceries, And there was a lady, she was probably in 60s. And she was basically buying a few things, and she was like counting pennies in her, like trying to pay for the products. And I saw my wife's reaction, and she looked at her and she was like, I saw she was sad. I was sad about it too, And, we bought our stuff, we went outside, and I told her, that's what happens when you make a lot of bad decisions. When it comes to money, people make a lot of bad decisions. I mean, not saving the money, there's a lot of things that change throughout the years, when it comes to money, but people still not serious about, getting the money, saving it, and, making the money work for them, So I'm just here to send out the message that people do actually need to get like real about the situation, because, you're going to get on some point when it's going to be too late, You won't be, I don't have time, for this subject. And then you see that you don't have time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, so people need to, there's a lot of people, a lot of coaches talking about the subject, because I see a lot of people waking up, but I just feel like there's not enough people who are talking about it. So I'm just, again, being the part of the whole, the whole group, just, shouting out there, just listen, guys, this thing has to change. The idea of having a secure job, it's just an idea and a myth. It doesn't work, because now we live in an age, again, we spoke before the interview started, like I had a conversation with my brother, he's trying to, quit the school, and he's 16, he wants to start maybe something on his own, or, work for somebody else. And, he has to get the right skills, to do that. He doesn't know where to start. He doesn't know what to do, So people, again, lack information. So again, I'm just the guy with enough experience now to help other people out. The ones who are looking for help, the ones who are reaching out, because you cannot help people, you cannot help the ones, who don't want help. Yeah. There's plenty of people who are like, man, listen, I already know everything. I cannot help these people, but the ones that are looking for answers, there's no secret. There is no secret if you know that, I'm not against the secret and everything, but there's no secret. We don't want the secret. We want the answer. We want that, like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? Where do I start? Like, and there, again, a lot of people talking, like, oh, you do, kind of abstractly, talking and not giving the right directions what to do, when it comes to the money. Yeah. So I'm just a simple guy, teaching people, simple things. Yeah.
Awesome. But you mentioned the old lady that you saw, and it's never too late. I saw even I came across in my time that I'm in the business, I came across 50 years old, 60 years old people that just started out, and they did make it through after a couple of years that they put a hard work on it. So it's never too late.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. I see so many people, like there's so many like success stories. If you look even at the KFC story,
Yeah.
probably a lot of people heard the story. Like, you know, I know I'm gonna get it wrong, but I'll try to get as clear as possible. Basically, what the whole idea is: the guy got the
Hmm.
first check when he went on the pension, and I think he was into 60s probably. He got the first check,
Nice.
and he got like $100 something, right? And he was like,
Hmm.
he looked at it and he was like, I cannot live with that.
Yeah,
But
that's nothing.
one thing he had, you know, he had this recipe, you know, for the chicken, right? And
Hmm.
he knocked on thousands of, you know, it was thousands of dollars he knocked. Again, the persistence, you know, the willingness
Yeah.
to change your situation. So he knocked on thousands, you know, and everybody know the place is a KFC, and everybody just knows, you know, KFC, we know it. But people don't know this story. Like it's tough. It's tough to do those things. When you see the successful people, there is a long story behind it, you know, and it's like frustrations and stuff like. But it's possible. Of course, it's possible. But the dream has to be there, you know. Again, you know,
Definitely. The
people,
vision.
you know, the dream, the vision, you know, it's a lot of people talk about it, you know, but it's very important. It's very important to have the big dream, the big vision,
Yeah.
you know, and that's how we're gonna do it, you know. But again, the one thing that is lacking in our system now is the emotional fitness, you know, because people not fit emotionally, you know, because they can, you know, how you can make good decisions if you're not fit emotionally. You know, it's kind of tough, you know, because you hear one thing from one side and you hear another thing, and you don't know how to make a quality decision. You know, so again, that's you know, it's a lot of things come in that, you know, because successful people, you know, you have to have the traits and you have to do the work to be there. But again, the age is not a problem.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I love that story about the KFC that you brought right now.
Yeah.
It's always dedication, and not just dedication, because without vision, truly deep vision, you can set goals as much as you want, but it won't happen if you lack that vision of yours and that mindset.
Oh, yeah.
So of course it's always good to put goals around, but you have to get the vision, like you said.
Yeah.
So Martin, tell us, how did you start your business?
Well, the business that I started now, it wasn't long ago, but even before that, you know, I probably would go back to the times when, you know, I started like shifting to this, you know, place where I, you know, because it's going to be a lot of people going to be listening probably that don't even have the business at the moment, you know, and it's like the frustration is like, what do I do? Okay, you know, this guy is telling me that, you know, having the work, you know, future is not that secure anymore. A lot of like high paying jobs are going, you know, to the east, you know, because of the cheaper labor and stuff. You know, the technology is changing a lot of jobs now. So, but everything is possible when you make that decision. And I was probably 18 or, you know, around 20. So about, you know, 8 or 10 years ago, I was in a place when, you know, I didn't thought about like starting a business or, you know, anything. I was in a dark place, you know, I was hanging with the wrong people. If you know the rule of 5, you know, I think we spoke with you about that before, you know, that's true.
The 5 people around you. Yeah,
that's true. You know, I was hanging, you know, with the wrong people, you know, and those
share
people,
share that one. Maybe some of our audience don't know that rule.
Oh yeah. Basically that means, you know, like you are the 5 people who you're hanging around with, you know, results. So there was more than 5 people that I was hanging around with that was bad influence on me, you know. And most of the time, as we had the conversation today with my brother too, he was like, you know, you don't feel it when they drag you down, you know. You feel like you're in control. You feel like, oh, listen, it's not going to affect me. But honestly, I didn't feel it, you know. It was dragging me down, you know. At some point, you know, I didn't feel it, and at some point, you know, I was in a courtroom, you know, and there was a judge, and there was a decision. So, you know, that's what happens. That's what happens. You know, it was. I think it was close to the, you know, to the bottom. You know, but thankfully somehow, you know, through the, I don't know if if people, I think people do have to believe in something. And for me, believe in God is very important. To believe in that, people have to believe in something, in themselves, in Buddha, whatever people believe in. They have to believe in something, because
it doesn't matter, but as long as you believe in something,
it doesn't matter, exactly. But as a business partner once told me, if you get two guys who are reaching the same goal, two guys reaching exactly the same goal, and one is believer and the other one is non-believer, the non-believer is going to reach the goal, but the believer is going to reach it faster. So again, the power of belief, So and at some point, through probably that or something came to my life, I can't even remember, but things started to change, and some good people starting to come in my life. And at some point, I was 20 years old yet, and some guy came up to me. I started a new job, in Ireland.
Yeah.
And this guy came up to me and he was like, Martin, listen, we're expanding this business and we're looking for new people that are going to be joining, our company. And somehow, until then, because I was hanging out with the wrong people, I thought, this is all just made up. Yeah, and it's, I thought everybody's trying to get something from me,
Yeah.
I thought like, what do you want? But then I was starting to become more like open-minded, and I was like, okay, show me what the idea is. And we sat down. I remember this guy, he was there, his partner was there, and he was showing me the plan. It was probably half an hour, plan. So, and I don't remember anything that he showed me, but I remember the energy. I remember the energy that the guy gave me. There was this positive, like magnetic type of energy. It was like, I was like, I want to be around this type of people.
Because as people, we always tend to forget, but we will always remember how people made us feel.
Exactly. People keep, I can talk as much as they want, and people can listen, as much as, but if they don't feel the energy, the vibe that I'm giving them, they will be like, hey, listen, you have to be this, and this person was. So I just fell in love with this type of energy. I was like, I need to be around these people. So that's when I joined this marketing company. I worked there for probably 4 years, and it was the best time that it was for me, because most of the people now that probably going to be even listening, like, again, my brother had this situation, had this conversation with me today. I was like, you don't have the skills, you have to get real, like, you don't have the skills to work somewhere or to build something on your own, so where do you start? That I highly recommend people, yourself, you were working in a similar environment too, right? So the best thing that you can do is basically work for a network marketing company. Because why is that important? Because first, you're going to be around people who are driven to reach something more, that it's going to be the dreamers, you will find out how to, exactly do the dreaming, because we used to do the dreaming list. Let's say, one of you guys can do it now, while watching this, try to do the 100 list of the dreams. I thought when they told me, I was like, man, this is easy. I did like 20 and I got stuck, it's hard, like, because the educational system, it was like, you have to get real, stop the dreaming, and we stopped. So it became hard, to dream. But I got the 100 list, and it was like, listen, this is how you do the finances. That's how much you need to put on the side, because you have to go to the seminars, on the books and everything that, so there's the mentors who always teach you, how to do things, how to be, go through the frustrations, because all these people have been through the same situations that you're going to go through. So again, there's a system involved. Then system means there's the seminars, books, there's people around you, there's mentors, and it's a teamwork. How much you accomplish just by yourself, if you're going to work in it,
that's true
10, 20 times more.
That's true. You got to surround yourself with those people that are like-minded, even if it's a marketing company or a mastermind or mentor or even accountability buddy that is in the same mindset, the same level. So, or even be higher. That's the best if you go with a accountability buddy that have a higher mindset. You're absolutely right, man.
Exactly. So, by being around these type of people, you're going to grow. And like these 4 years that I've been in a company, like I changed completely. Like I started contacting people, when they knew me when I was 19, when I was this rebel type of guy, I was starting to contact them like after 2 or 3 years when I was in the business. And these guys just looked at me like shocked, like, man, you changed so much, like, but in a good way, It was like, 360.
Wow.
And because you be like the rule of 5 people again, coming back to that. I change my environment, I get rid of the negative people, and I start following the success traits, because nobody teach us how to be successful, in school. That's all missing, so people, the best way to do it, like for me, I don't know if it's going to work for some other people. Maybe somebody's here, I want to start something on my own. And that's good, do it. If you feel like you're able to do it, but, by being around the people who can help you, just being in the team or surrounding yourself with the people, that's going to help you like tenfold. So people need to do that.
Yep, absolutely right. So, Martin, amazing content. I love it. The 5 people around you, that was really help the most. Like, don't really push your friends aside or your family, but focus your energy and time on the things that you love. Like, don't denial them or something like that in an instant, but take the time for what matters. And like you said, if it's a marketing company, if it's a mastermind, if it's a mentor, accountability buddy, something, you got to surround yourself in that surrounding. You're absolutely right, man.
Exactly.
And Martin, why did you start your business?
Well, I didn't finish the story, but I started business, because I was looking for something, and the being in the network marketing company, I kind of understood that the idea that how people get rich in the network marketing is by helping others. You have to, if you want to get paid, you have to, help somebody else solve their problems, to reach their goals or whatever. You have to help somebody out. So, finishing with that, I finished that, I reached some good level in this company. And then then I was like trying to find my place. So I became working as a real estate agent, at some point back in the training. I got good at it, I started into closing deals, doing the sales. Because the real estate, I think, is very important. I'm going to go a little bit, further from the subject now, but, we talked about it before, because the myth, again, of owning the house, that people like, I saw the shift. It was in the country of Lithuania. It was exactly when the currency litas, we used to have litas changed to euro. And I saw the house prices like went up from like 3-4 times more, because people use the situation just to get, more of it, more for the money. And I saw like prices started to go up, and people, cannot afford to pay the mortgages anymore. And it was like 2007, 2008. And it was like, that's it, man. A lot of people lost the homes, couldn't pay the mortgage anymore, and it was just bad for a lot of people. But again, if you ask why did that happen? Like, what's the problem? Because people are not educated enough, again, to make the quality decisions, If it's a good time, people, you probably heard the saying, bad times don't last, but good times don't last either, So everything is changing like all the time, So you have to be like, you have to know where we are. I mean, I'm not against like owning, if that's a person's choice. If a person watching now is like, listen, who are you? I'm gonna buy a home, and that's my dream, right? If that's your dream, if you can do it, do it. Like if that's your financial situation and you can afford it, I mean, maybe there are some business owners who are listening right now who just, came up to the, to the seller like, bam, I'm paying cash. That's the best option I think that you can do, but not many people are in the situation that they can do that,
Yeah.
But again, it is just a myth that's been sold, to the people that, owning a house, you have to own the house, I mean, you don't have to do that. Me, myself and wife been renting like the, entire time until now. Nothing happened. Nothing bad happened, you can actually check my booklet. I wrote a booklet about exactly 5 steps, how people can
Okay.
change their mindset, starting
Nice.
with today, and one of the things that's included about basically that owning a house is a myth, a lot of people waking up now, but I think it's still not enough people, because now I don't know the situation in your country now, but Ireland is again having the same situation, and it was like 2007. The interest rates are low again. People borrowing without thinking that the situation is going to change. They think the situation is just good now and it's going to keep getting better. I talk with people every time. I talk with the taxi drivers. I talk with people in the shops, and it's like, what do you think the economy is going? It's like, it's getting better. People are deluded. They have to understand, like, these cycles repeat and repeat, like, every time, and the crises are getting bigger and bigger every time they repeat. So a lot of people are going to get to in the same situation when they're going to lose home. They're going to lose car. They're going to lose maybe even the partner. They're going to be like divorced. Hopefully it's not going to happen for people who are watching, because they have to understand, they have to start like going like online or whatever, starting to make the investments in themselves and understanding what's going on in the marketplace, So again, going back to that, I was a real estate agent. Then I finished with that, and then I got married, I found my wife, I got married, and we spent some time back in my country. We stayed there, I was doing a couple of things, but nothing serious, And then we made a decision that we have to go somewhere abroad, where that's okay. So we have to understand, like, we moved to the place where there's opportunity, So we made a decision with my wife. It was like we're gonna leave everything in there, back in my country, because there's nothing there, A lot of people, again, they have to understand that they have to chase opportunity.
Yeah.
They don't chase the comfort of being, listen, I hear people talking, I'm like, man, why do you stay in this country? It's a broke country. Like, people get paid like 300, 400 euros per month, which in Ireland, you get paid like 500 per week. I'm talking just by working, right? It's like, why do you stay here? And it's like, but my sister here, my friends. It's just stupid, man. Like, people don't know what they're talking about. People still complain. I don't like the situation, but they don't want to change it. So we made the decision and we changed it. We started living here. So, and recently, going back to the coaching and stuff, recently I just found out, because too many people used to tell me before, Martin, I think you're good at it. You should talk to people about it. It's an important issue, and people have to know. And it's like, I just, put my step in, and I was like, I'm going to do it. People have to know about it. This mission has to be spread, all over the place. Yeah. Because there are still too many people suffering, not knowing enough about the money, about the money thing, and I'm just here to help.
Yeah. Nice. Love it. By the way, about the houses, what you mentioned, it's true that owning a house for yourself, it won't give you money. But if you buy and rent it, then it's an asset for you. Because when you buy and like stay in the house, it won't really profit you. People look at it as an asset, while it's not really give money at the same time. But if you rent it, it's another thing.
Yeah. Well, again, it depends how big are you thinking, I don't know if your audience is going to hear this, if they heard this before, the term, the name multifamily. It's basically multifamily. It doesn't exist much here in Europe, except Germany and probably a couple more countries. But it's more based in states, And what it is basically you don't buy the one unit deal, you don't buy the one apartment or one house. You buy the whole complex. And what does it mean? It could be 200. It could be from like 5 units up to thousands of units. And that means you're buying one place. It's a one contract. It's a one sum of money. If you want to buy if I want to buy like 10 units in Europe, that has to be 10 different contracts. And in States,
Really?
you can buy the whole thing just with a one contract, you know.
Hmm.
Again, it's, you know, people can look it up, you know. It doesn't exist here, like I said, you know, in Europe that much, but in States, you know, it does. And there's some people who are doing it too, you know. But I'm not with the idea, you know, because we before thought with wife that we should invest, like buy some apartments, but it just don't make sense. It's just too much hassle, you know. The game is too small, you know. It's just too small. I didn't see any people who got rich with just 2 apartments.
With just 2, yeah, it's supposed to be bigger, yeah.
You know, everything that you want in life is a scale. You know, you have to go wide. You have to go wide. You have to have a lot. Like Amazon, they have like a lot. They cover all the products.
Yeah.
So you have to like have enough to cover yourself, to cover expenses, and to get enough like free cash flow from the deal. And I think just 1 unit to unit deal, you know, it's not going to be there.
Yeah,
you know,
that's for sure. That's a start,
yeah.
But just 1, yeah, exactly.
I think what people should do with the money that they think, maybe some people who are watching this, maybe they're going to be thinking, you know, so what do I do with the money? Maybe I have a 10 grand or whatever, 30, 50 grand. What do I do with the money? People should invest all that money in themselves first. Because it's not much money. I mean, what you do, 50 grand. I mean, you know, if you meet a person who has like 10 million, 20 million, it's like, man, you have nothing. You know, so until you have that type of money, like, you know, 10, 20 million, then you can start investing, you know. But I mean, 10,000, come on, man, it's not gonna do, it's not gonna change anything, like in a big scale, you know, on a big scale.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We need to scale it as much as we can, that's for sure. And invest with ourselves, that's the best thing that we can do. Then we can scale in our business, in our whole life, relationship, everything that we set for ourselves. Yeah. So Martin, how do you keep momentum and being the best version of yourself?
Well, I just do what I need to do. Like, what I mean by that, if I said that I need to do something that I need to do today at this moment, I'm doing it like today in this moment. Like, I keep the promises to myself. Because that's how you gain momentum, you know. Because you have to be true to yourself, you know. People cannot believe in you. They cannot believe that you're trustworthy if you don't keep the promises to yourself.
Of course.
Like, I know I have to eat right, but, you know, today I'm gonna skip it and, you know, have some sweets and stuff. I like sweets, man. I like them, you know.
We all love them.
Yeah, who doesn't? But I have to like be there. Like, if that's my promise, if I can't, like today, no, I don't do it. So just by keeping promises to yourself, that's going to be definitely the momentum for people.
Nice, love it. And what is the biggest struggle you experienced, and how did you overcome it?
Well, all the struggles that, you know, we as people have is just mindset, you know. It's just the mindset. Most of the time that I get in a situation, it's like you feel like you're stuck, you know, you just get distant from a problem, and you see like, okay, how does it look like from a side, like where I can, you know, try to see it from a different angle. You know, that's what I'm doing, you know, because most of the time it's just, you know, lack of belief, lack of knowledge, lack of, you know, it's always something, lack of something.
Yeah.
You know, and that means something is missing. If you're having problem, I mean, because somebody else is not the problem. If I'm having an issue, that means I don't know something. So I'm trying to find like what I don't know, you know, and solve that problem, you know.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, and when you don't believe in yourself, that's the most dangerous thing.
Oh yeah. But how do you gain, you know, that? How do you start believing in yourself? You know, I said, you know, you have to do the things that you know that you have to do. Because when you believe in yourself, you know, like I don't believe like my friend is gonna do the things that he needs to do, or I don't, you know. But if I said I need to do this and this today, if I did it, listen, my confidence goes up. you know.
Definitely.
So the more things you do that you need to do, you know, you got, the confidence is going to grow. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Can't agree more. So what is the biggest struggle your audience experience?
Yeah, it's basically just not knowing, like, people know how to make money. Again, you know, most of the people still don't make enough money, you know, because once you're like, okay, I'm making 400 per week, you know, I'm good, but you know, your lifestyle is kind of going together with the money that you earn. So you're going to be in a situation like, you know, I'm not making enough again. And that's a good thing, you know, pushing forward and trying to reach, you know, more than you know, just chasing number. So that's, you know, just the mindset. That's where people have the problem, you know, because
Mindset is the biggest issue. Yeah.
Mindset is the biggest issue. You know, people know how to make money, but most of them don't know you know, how to increase the money that they're making, and they don't know what to do with it. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I got the money. What do I do with it? Like, what I see most of the time, like if you go, you know, on the weekends, I mean, you see what people do, right? It just, yeah, you know, people want to live a good life. You see, you know, on Instagram, on all the social channels, like people posting, you know, some, you know, inspirational stuff, and then you see they gone in the bar. Like it's you know, it's just confusing, you know. Yeah. So, but everything can be changed. You know, everything can be changed. But people again are struggling with it. So that's the biggest struggle for people, just to getting into the good habits. You know. You know, because
tap into the good habits. Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I mean, either the good habit or the bad habit. You know, the bad habit, maybe it's easier to form, but you know, it's hard to break. You know, but once you make a decision, once you know what you're doing in your life, once you find, like, okay, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, you know, because people are missing that part also. You know, most of the people like running all over the place, going through the jobs, going through the whatever, you know, looking for themselves still at whatever age, 20, 30, or, you know, because again, people have to find out, like, okay, what's my mission? What do I have to do? You know? Yeah. And I see that.
So Martin, can you share with us some golden nugget about how to create a new habit?
Yeah, I think the new habit, you know, is kind of formed like this way, you know, because that's how it worked for me, you know. I made up a plan, like what I need to do and who I am in life. Like, I know my goals, you know, and if I have the written goals that I actually write twice a day, you know, we had this talk before, people like write goals, you know, now it's December 1st. And a lot of people are going to be like, okay, my New Year's resolution. Yeah. And it's going to be only New Year's resolution. I mean,
but it's supposed to be on a daily basis. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. People need to understand that they have to, these goals that you want to have in life, this lifestyle that they're thinking about just once a year should be in their heads 24/7. You know, so that's how you build the habit. Like, if you know what you want from life, you're gonna know, like, okay, this is the actions that I have to take, because there's no, like, how do you form the habit? You know, breaking through, like, what everybody's different, and again, you know, what works for me, maybe it's not gonna work for somebody else, you know. But again, I'm just trying to so people understand that it's easy. I mean, once you understand and commit, again, it's a big word, commit. You have to commit, like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is, you know, this is it. So once you do it, it's easy, because, you know, again, people get, I said that before, people get either pulled or pushed by something, you know, like, it's better to get pulled by the dreams than get pushed by the problems.
Yeah, be consistent and committed, definitely.
Exactly, because, you know, people wait until they get pushed by the problems, and, you know, it's not a good thing, you know. So just make try to do the 100 list of the dreams, you know. Just do the ones, you know, there's a lot of different techniques that people can do. Do the ones, mark the ones that you can reach, like, okay, I can reach those, like, tomorrow. I can do the next ones in a week, in a month, in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It takes time, but people don't want to do the first step. So how are they going to do the second, the third, and the fourth step?
You heard that, guy? Do it today. start with daily goals.
Exactly, man. Procrastination is a big thing.
Yeah, definitely. Procrastination is so destructive, but yeah, absolutely, man. Can you share with us some of the success story you had with your clients?
Yeah. Well, what people like, a friend of mine recently that I talked with, he's a friend because, through the business, like, you become friends, with people most of the time. Because, getting into the details, like, okay, I'll show you how much money I make. And this is, this kind of a personal thing,
Yeah.
And we're in this type of level, with people, it's going to become a, friendly relationship. And that's what I'm here for, I'm just here to make friends at the same time. Because most of the people are great, So just by bringing the greatness in them, just by helping them out. So this guy basically was most of the people having the same life, like, situations. If you're gonna look around, you're gonna see people who are, like, mostly living the same life. It's gonna be, some of them is driving, going on the bus, and the other guy is gonna be driving a car. Some other guy is gonna be driving a nicer car. But most of the time, it's, the level is almost the same. So this guy was struggling, with the money. He didn't know like how he, he, first of all, he thought about the money wrong. He didn't know how to make more money. He didn't know what to do with the money. He thought about it. He looked at the people wrong. He looked at this company wrong. I mean, there was so many wrong things. But first of all, what we did, it was like, Matt, listen, you have to get real about the situation, because I mean, what you're doing is, it's not working for you at the moment. So once people understand, like, okay, it's kind of hard to come to the agreement, like, okay, I messed up. Listen, I need to change, because it's hard. It's easier to listen. It's your fault, So once he did that, it was easy. It was easy because we do that. People can check it out. Also, the ones going to be interested is going to be a link. Also, it's 30 minutes free coaching assessment. People can go to my page, and the ones who want to do it, they can send information, and we can talk with them and see how the process works.
And I will put a link below in the description.
Thanks. So again, people can check it out and see how the actual process works, because everybody is different. But this guy changed, his situation. Now he's more happier. He's more happier. He's still on track, making the money that he, put a number on. He's still on the track, but nothing would be changing without, somebody else stepping in from the side, because it's kind of hard to see what your situation is. It's kind of hard to see what your situation is, and I can tell my situation is good, but I know I'm going to be lying to myself, because there's always another level.
There's always another level. There's always another place to develop. Yeah.
Exactly. But, most of the time, to get to another level, I'm going to be missing some information that I need to know to get there, What got me to this type of level won't get me to another level,
Yeah.
So that means I'm missing something. So again, by coming into the people's lives and showing, listen, everybody's different, but again, almost the same,
Yeah.
That's what's missing, that's what you can do. That's how you're going to do it. There's proven steps. That's how you do it. And it's, it's changing. So people happy, man.
Nice. Love it. So we're getting into the end of the interview, and I have 2 more questions for you. So if you can go back in time, what advice will you give to your younger selves?
Oh man, I would say start investing in your sooner. That's the only thing, That's the only thing, If I would be like, I heard like Warren Buffett. Find out if people know, like, Warren Buffett is one of the greatest investors of all time.
Yeah.
He found out, I think he was, if I get that right, I think he was 6 or 9, somewhere there. When he started, like, he found out that he wanted to be an investor. I mean, how great is that? Like, what gift is that? Imagine being yourself at the moment, like being 6-year-old and like, that's what I'm going to do. That's
and really stay committed to it and not change every month or every year.
Exactly. Finding the true you is like at this age is just unbelievable. So that's exactly what I'd say to myself, you know, because if I look back, like, okay, if I would start doing this, you know, 10 years before, you know, or 20, you know, that would be totally different.
Yeah.
But, you know, anyway, the time is always now.
Yeah.
You know, so people,
there's no time like the present.
Exactly. So be in the present, you know, and people who are watching now, start doing something right now. Like, don't wait until the end of the video, man. Just start writing the goals or do something now. Even the small stuff, you know, whatever you're not gonna mess up. It's a process, you know. You just have to do something to get to the goal, and it's gonna be a bumpy road, man. You're gonna do some mistakes. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that, you know. But whatever, it's a learning process. So by willing to do something now, you're gonna save up, like, you know, blaming yourself for not doing these things, because 20 years from now, you're going to be complaining about the things that you didn't do, not the ones you did.
Exactly.
You know.
Damn right. Fantastic. Love it.
Thanks.
So, Martin, if you had one chance to deliver the one message that will stay written in history, what will it be?
Yeah. One message written in history, man. There's too many messages, I think, has to be put. There's too many problems, man. Too many problems.
Yeah, but let's go with one.
Yeah. I think it would be, don't forget that you're great. You know? Because people are awesome. Like, everybody's like, imagine going back to like biological level. Everybody is unique. Like, everybody has their own DNA. Nobody else in the world has your DNA.
Yeah.
Like, you're a unique human being. Like, there's nobody like you. Like, so by that one fact is like, it blows my mind. Like, you know, everybody, like almost 8 billion people, everybody's different. And everybody can bring something different to the table. Again, the educational system is trying to, you know, to suppress this, you know, stop dreaming, get real. This is how it's done. Don't do the mistake. The creativity, you know, they you know, and it's made for the reason, you know, people, you know, it's a different topic. I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
You know, people just stop dreaming, you know, and because of that, they forgot the greatness. But in the true essence, in the true core, all people are great, and all people can do great things, you know. It's just a matter of finding your greatness again, you know, going back on the track, and whatever that is, you know, starting with the finances, you know, with the finances, or starting, you know, with the health, or with mental toughness, whatever. You start somewhere, you know. You're gonna get back on track on being great. You know, be persistent. Do the things that you know you need to do, you know. Dream more. Be around people that are dreaming more, you know.
Yeah. And
it's gonna happen, you know. Because there's
damn right.
There's too many problems in the world, and there's not enough people who can solve these problems.
Yeah. And
the only people in the world that are going to be solving problems is the ones that watching the video right now. It's the ones that are going to be like, listen, man, I want to help people out. I want to solve this problem. I see this problem going in my school. I see this problem at work. I see that, you know, because we are here to solve each other's problems and make the life better for each other, you know? Yeah. It's a huge community, man. It's a huge people. And that's why I love people. That's why I love helping people, because, you know, that's what I'm here for. I'm not be here, you know, just for myself, live my life and enjoy my life. And, you know, I'm here to help people. If I see that I have the knowledge and capacity to help people, you know, and the God gave me the gift is like, Martin, listen, go there and help people, you know, because there's a lot of people who don't have the whatever, the legs, the arms, and you still see them on the stage. Yeah. People, examples that you see now, you know, the internet is helping, you know, to bring those people out now. And it's a great gift. I mean, seeing those people is, you know, sharing what they've been through life, you know, and that everything is possible. So which is great, man. No, people are great, for sure.
Love it. So yeah, remember, guys, embrace your greatness and start with changing your habits with daily goals. And Martin, thank you for being here. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to get more tips and tricks for your business and life. And like Martin said, he will be there for you, and you can find more about him in the description below. I will put a link there. And have an amazing and productive day. And Martin, again, thank you for being here.
Thanks. Great talking with you, Eden. Appreciate it.
Great talking with you, man.
Thanks.